Fight of the night, if I need to say it, Melendez versus Sanchez might be the fight of the I don't know what. Knockout of the night was Dodson, and submission of the night was Ferguson. And because of their union representative, Tim Bosch, $60,000 bonuses tonight. The attendance tonight was 17,238 people. The gate was 2.5 million. And to give you an idea of how amazing Houston is and how good Houston has been to the UFC, I tweeted it earlier, you probably saw it, but I'll say it again. The #1 grossing event of all time here at the Toyota Center was UFC 66. #3 was tonight, and #5 was the other event here. I don't remember what number it was. So #1 is the UFC. #2 is the Rolling Stones. #3 is the UFC. #4 is Madonna, and #5 is the UFC.
Did you think that fight should have been stopped in the third when it looked like Dos Santos was clearly out on his feet? And did you feel Herb Dean tap you and possibly be in the process of stopping the fight?
I didn't feel it. I'm gonna keep going until he just pulls me off. I didn't feel him tap me or anything. So just keep going with what I was doing, and that's it.
Do you think it should have been stopped in the third?
Well, he didn't stop it, so I guess not.
Is this the most satisfying victory in your career so far?
Yeah, I'm definitely satisfied. Just hopefully no more excuses on his part. That's it. We don't look for the finish. We just look for keep putting the pressure on, keep doing what we're doing, and if the finish happens, that happens. But we're not looking for it.
And we're going through this trilogy. Will this help you be able to defend longer? Do you think you've learned from going the first go around what it takes to keep the belt for a long time and have a long reign like Anderson or John or somebody like that?
I think all the guys are tough. Everybody's tough. On fight night, we have to show up. We have to show up and perform, and that's it. And given any day, you could lose. So you have to go out there, just try your best and perform.
Talk about your experience this evening.
It was good, man. I thought I fought a good fight. I was able to use my strategy that we went into the fight with and get a good win over a tough guy, and then to go back and corner Kane and be a part of him defending his championship against the toughest guy in the division was that was real special to me. It means a lot to me that he has the belief in me to think that I would be okay after my fight to go back and corner him right away. So it's confidence in what he feels that I see. And I also did my highlight at the Fox desk too. I called my own highlight. Yeah, that was cool. You like that, huh? Yeah.
Nice work. And you mentioned, obviously, that in your move to 205, a title shot is on your mind, but you know that there's probably going to be a step or two in between. Do you have an idea of whether it be a name or a level of opponent that, where you think the right start for in that division?
Well, I'm 34 years old, man, so I have to get moving. Listen, I can ask. I wanted a Nintendo when I was growing up, and my mom just said no. So I can ask Dana for a title shot, and all he can say is no. And then maybe he just, gets tired of me asking and goes, okay, DC. Now leave me alone. But I just want to fight when the division's moving. Before I was really kind of knocking, let me fight. And then the division moved on. No division waits for anyone but the champion. So it moved on. I just want to be in line when the rest of those guys are fighting. When Jones is fighting, when Gustafson's fighting, when the rest of those guys are fighting, I want to be fighting one of those guys.
He wasn't here, so I didn't say it before, but Harley Davidson was the sponsor of the main event, and Kane won another Harley Davidson.
I want to say thank you to Harley. I want to say thank you to Dino. Been privileged to work with Harley for some stuff, and I love it. I love riding. I love the company. So thank you. Oh, Daniel wants a 3-wheel motorcycle, but I told him if he gets that, he needs to ride in the back. You got to ride in the back though. That's it.
Let me have this new one.
Yeah, sidecar for Daniel Cormier.
No, I want a 3-wheel bike like he's balling down. But he won't let me ride in the front one. I made the name of the riding group. I named the riding group. Yes, I did. I named the group.
Can you tell us kind of what was going through your mind as the fight was going on? Did you have the feeling that you were involved in something special? And, how did you, stay out of the brawls? Obviously, he wants to brawl with you, and you were trying to keep it a little more technical.
Yeah, no, it's a tough fight. It's kind of hard to put everything in perspective while you're fighting. I think I stood in there and banged it out with them as well too. But I knew how to keep my feet moving. But it was a great fight. I knew I was ahead on the scorecards. Diego's a good fighter, you know, but I was happy with everything.
Getting into brawls like that, there's people saying, hey, how many more of these can this guy take?
Oh, no, I don't know. I was built for this fighting stuff, and I'm 31 years old, and I'm just feeling primed. I had a good time. I had fun out there with Gilbert. I've been waiting. Those are the type of fights that you wait for your whole career, because when you're an old man, you're gonna look back and you're like, yeah, that was fun. And I gave the fans an amazing, entertaining fight, and that's what I do it for. I fight for the fans and this sport. And I've been around this month. It will be 9 years in UFC, and I just love this company. I love this organization, and every time I get to touch the canvas on my feet, I'm just very grateful. And you know, I take my hat off to Gilbert. I really truly believe he's the number one lightweight in the world. I thought he was the uncrowned champ going into this fight. I thought he beat Benson Henderson, and you know, he avenged his other 2 losses too. So he's one of the best in the world. And hey, Rocky didn't get the decision in the first fight, but hey, you know what? He dropped him, and I dropped him, and I felt it was close to being a draw. I don't know. You know, I got some good takedowns, and the fight was close. They gave him the unanimous decision, but I thought the fight was closer. Thought it could have been a draw, and that's one of those fights where you know you need 5 rounds for 2 warriors to really dig deep and go to the finish.
Coming out in your debut, I don't think people gave Sarah Kaufman enough credit for what she's done. I mean, beating Misha Tate, Alexis Davis, Liz Carmouche. How big is this win for you to come out and beat a fighter like that in your debut?
Well, I think everybody gave her a ton of credit. I actually felt like I was the underdog coming in here, so I felt like everybody expected me to lose against her. So obviously a win against her being number 2 in the UFC right now, I mean, that's a huge win for me, and a huge step for females who want to step up to 135 and know that's the only place for them to go. So it's a huge win, and it's a huge fight for the whole women's division in general.